I'm live and local. I did not plan this live at all, but I felt the need to come on here and talk about what's going on at CSRS and I Am Research and Wellness Foundation. And just to give you a little bit of snippet of how clinical research entrepreneurs can partner with major institutions and move forward in their careers. Well, my mic was muted the whole time. So this live stream was not planned, and I wanted to come on here and talk about what's going on at CSRS and I Am Research and Wellness Foundation. I've been posting, I wouldn't say a lot, but it's a lot of information to give out. And I just wanted to share some updates in how clinical research entrepreneurs can partner with major institutions and or vendors in this industry. So I know I have some new followers and new connections, but my name is Alicia Moore. I am the CEO of Clinical Science Research Solutions, and I'm also the founder and executive director of I Am Research and Wellness Foundation. I need to slow down whenever I talk. I opened up my business in 2023, and my nonprofit organization, I opened that up in this year, February. I have been working on several endeavors. One of the big endeavors that I started on last year, the summer of last year, we have literally sealed the deal, if you will, and the contract has been executed as of yesterday. I have been working on this for quite some time, and it's a dream come true. I'm very excited to eventually make the announcement. I can't make it right now because there's still a few more things I need to button up, but it's a done deal at this point. So I'm really excited about that. It's one of the major tech vendors major tech vendors in this industry, and the goal for the mutual partnership, was to integrate their sandbox into my ecosystem. I call it ecosystem, my educational platform, and to make sure anyone that's coming into the industry, they are aware and know how to use these types of vendors. You know, whenever I got into the industry, I knew nothing about it. So that is a gap that I am filling, especially in this area. And I will say it 100 million times. We do not have the educational platform of anything in clinical research. So building this business from scratch is taking a lot. And any business that you want to get into, it takes a lot. But whenever you're starting from scratch, literally, there are so many avenues that you have to take. And of course, any ups and downs. It's not all peaches and cream. Anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur, that is something you really need to think about. You just can't up and say, oh, let's be an entrepreneur and everything is going to be peaches and cream. It takes time to solidify contracts with the bigger organizations. It takes time to, really build up the confidence and build up whatever services you have to offer, because you have to make sure those services are solid. And how is it going to benefit not just your company, which I've mentioned this before, but how is it going to benefit the vendor or the bigger institution that you're going to be partnering with? So it has to be a two-way street. And usually if it's a two-way street, there's an overflow that comes from the partnership. But again, I will be making that announcement soon. It's a dream come true. I've been waiting for this particular partnership to fall through for quite some time. I've been talking my family, their ears off about it, and a couple other different people, they know about it. But it has been finalized as of yesterday, and I'm very, very thankful and grateful for that. So again, if you are looking to stand out in the clinical research space, you're going to have to think outside the box. And whenever you start posting on LinkedIn, you need to post with solutions. Of course, there are problems in this industry. but what are you coming in to do, or what unique position or proposition do you have to solve those problems? So that's another way on how you can not just become visible, but become a solution to the B2B clients. And that's what you really need to focus on. How can you be a solution to these bigger institutions or the organizations, or even just to your community as a whole? I've done that. And then as you are working on building your business, you need to talk about that. Let's say I'm huge on LinkedIn, and I'm trying to get better at putting out content, educational content. It's not always easy to do because I have multiple irons in the fire. I'm doing so much, but I'm trying my best. Another thing I want to mention is your LinkedIn newsletters. Again, if you're a clinical research entrepreneur, CEO, and you're looking to stand out from the crowd, use your LinkedIn newsletters. And I can say for myself, I can use it as an example, like for Sikeston, Missouri. If there's a gap that you're filling in this industry, like mine, no clinical research here, you can use your city or town as a case study and talk about it in your LinkedIn newsletter. That's one of the things we're going to be discussing in my 4-day masterclass next week on how you can position yourself for multi-million-dollar partnerships. And it can be done. It has to be done the right way, because I've done it. I'm doing it and have solidified some deals. So, but again, that's one of the things that you can do to stand out, and you have to be strategic in your messaging, or, you're just not going to be noticed as the SME in your area. Another thing I want to point out is, I know I mentioned I have the nonprofit organization. Again, I opened it up this year, and we are applying for really big grants. And today I had a consultation meeting with one of the team members, is PCORI, which this is my first time doing it. It's very exciting. So initially, those steps, whenever you have bigger grants like that, you are, and I just talked to my grant writer, you have to meet with the team or the managers or whoever, because they want to make sure that whatever project you're wanting to do and collaborate with them on, it's not just going to be anything sloppy. I had the meeting today, and it went very well. We're moving into the next phase. And the topic at hand is, I want to do comparative studies with people that have chronic kidney disease, stages 1 through 3A, and type 2 diabetes. Whenever I mentioned that that's the project that I want to work on, they were completely thrilled. They were also thrilled at the fact that what I have going on too, they said it's in alignment with what they want and need to hear, and what others have done before, but it's a little different. And they could tell that I have done my research on the PCORI Net information, or their website, what they have. So, and then also, whenever you are applying to bigger grants like that, and you have the opportunity to meet with the team, before you schedule the consultation, make sure that you're interweaving those. There's certain words that they have. Let's say patient-centered. You need to add in words like patient-centered in your proposal or in the application. You need to add in, let's see, the word comparative. It's something simple, but I think a lot of people probably miss those things if you're not used to doing something like that. But anyway, we're moving on to the next step. And at this next step, that means they have a whole slew of academic institutions across the United States. So you're looking at WashU, you're looking at Mayo Clinic, Meharry Medical School, and so many other medical institutions and academic institutions, seems like the same thing, that's within their system that I can collaborate with on this particular project. And so PCORI, they want to see you use their resources instead of you going out here. I mean, you can, but that's not really going to strengthen your letter of intent. That's what was told to me. So the best thing to do whenever you are applying for a grant like that, as big as that, If they have the resources that you need to execute your project, then you need to use those resources right there. And it eliminates a lot of time that you need to spend looking for collaborators. So now that we have established that part, we're basically moving into phase two. And phase two means that it's one or two ways that I can go about doing it. I can go through the list and pick out, let's say, Meharry Medical School or Washington University or the University of Missouri, Mayo Clinic. I can go through and choose those institutions to work with, and or I can prepare a slide deck for the webinar. And what they're going to do, which is what I have chosen to do, is host a webinar. It's 1 hour, and they're actually going to invite everybody that's on that list, every institution that's on the list, which is about 78 of them, medical schools, universities, clinical research sites. They have the opportunity to come listen to my 1 hour webinar and to see whether or not they want to work with me. I think that's a better choice, because at that point I'm allowing myself a more vast opportunity of people or collaborators to come listen to what I have to say. And then I think it gives me a bigger choice, if you will, or the opportunity to have people to say yes, or they want to collaborate with me. So that's where I am with the PCORI grant. I've never done it before. I didn't know what to expect during the consultation, but it went very well. As I said, they could tell that I had done my research before I even scheduled the consultation. So again, whenever you are wanting to stand out as an entrepreneur, especially in a competitive market, you're going to have to do something that's just different and unique. So it opens up more opportunities for you. The opportunities, it won't come overnight, neither will the money. But as long as you keep working at it, building up your business, strengthening your whatever products that you have, or strengthening your slide deck or the information that you have, everything else will fall into place in due time. Now, what's the other thing? Grow with Google. Since I have a nonprofit organization, we have partnered with Grow with Google, and they are basically partnered with Coursera. Essentially, I have the opportunity to allow individuals to take certain courses for free. So I have licenses, 500 licenses to issue out to people that want to take those courses. And it's at no cost to you. But because I do have a nonprofit organization, I was in the position, again, let's talk about how you position yourself, your organization, to partner with Grow with Google. And Grow with Google is not a small organization as well. You're looking at IBM, Microsoft, let's see, I believe it's so many others, especially like within Coursera in that ecosystem or that platform that they cater to. So, or that they do business with. I don't know. I'm just grateful that I have that opportunity, and that I can, at this point in my career, I can say, yeah, I am an official partnership. And these are not small partnerships at all. These require contracts, legal contracts, and, breaching those contracts can get you in a lot of legal trouble. So in Missouri, in this area, I am really and truly, and it's dear to my heart that I bring something like that to this area, so we can, shape the future of rural areas, and it no longer will be research naive, if you will. What's the other thing I want to mention that I have going on? So many other things that I have going on. Let's see here. I don't see any questions. And if you have questions, you can message me. Now, I will not be giving out any career advice. That's part of the that's part of the business model that we have at CSRS. Let's see here. I talked about the PCORI grant. Oh, and there's another bigger grant that I am going to go for. And I talked to the PCORI team about it. It's not unheard of for individuals like myself to do 2 projects. So the next project I will be working on and setting up another consultation meeting with them too. And let me back up for just a second. So whenever you are applying for those types of grants, they have webinars that you should be going to, and they have those webinars, informational webinars, to tell you like how you should be organizing and what you should be saying in your letter of intent. So I have 2 of them that's coming up in December. And yeah, that's important too. Just a side note on that. I can't think of anything else right now that I wanted to mention. And again, you can partner with multi-million-dollar organizations, but again, you have to make sure that whatever you have to offer is solid and it's unique, and you know, there's a mutual benefit for both companies. Let's see. I think that's it as far as major announcements that I have. And again, the other announcement I'm not going to make until everything is like solid. And then once it's solid, you'll see it on my website. And then you'll see it, should be on their page too. And then I'll share it on my social media accounts. I don't think I have anything else to say, but I do. So next week, I'm hosting a 4-day masterclass for clinical research entrepreneurs, and it is titled The Multi-Million-Dollar Marketing Strategy for Clinical Research Entrepreneurs. There's a way of doing things, and as I said, I see people doing it wrong, or maybe they just don't know how to position themselves correctly to have those bigger opportunities. Again, you can't just be the original in this space. You need to do something unique, and you need to think outside the box. And sometimes that may require you being a little uncomfortable. Well, it's good for you to be uncomfortable. Rome wasn't built overnight, and you staying in your comfort zone is not going to move the needle. Anyway, I think that's it. If you have any questions, I am not able to see it. I'm sure that questions will come later. And as time goes on, I will be giving everybody updates on what's going on with CSRS and what I have planned for Sikeston, Missouri. So stay tuned for more, and talk soon. And come to the masterclass. It's 4 days next week. 4 days. Don't miss it. It's good. Bye.